and gentlemen, comrades, friends, thank you for having me back. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here, and I am so proud to be your candidate once again. I hope that I'm not that easily forgotten, but in a nutshell, what you need to know about me: I'm a former army officer, I'm a doctor, I'm a wife, and I'm a mum. The timing of this election could have been better, considering I had my second just 8 weeks ago. As a lifelong passionate campaigner against social injustice, from my first speech at the Labour Party conference in 1998 as a green 16-year-old to my latest, which is actually you, I've been passionate about social mobility and equality of opportunity. I've served my country in the army, and I will serve this constituency and this campaign with exactly the same commitment. And it's commitment that we need in uncertain times. We've got political turmoil both sides of the Atlantic. We have Brexit, which is going to be very complicated. We have the insidious rise of the far right across Europe. The Conservatives' approach of Brexit at any cost could lead Britain to disaster. The central focus of my campaign is going to be that retaining membership of the single market has got to be priority 1, priority 2, and priority 3 of the new Labour government. Without a favourable negotiating settlement, we will be wounded economically, we will be damaged socially and culturally. Theresa May's cavalier, heavy-handed approach to the negotiations is causing many more problems than it is likely to solve. Bloody difficult women do not get what they want. I absolutely despise inequality, and the founding principle of my socialism is that it is wholly unfair that one child, purely through accident of birth, is destined to do well in life, and others, through pure chance, are not. I appreciate that doing well in life is a slightly ambiguous term, but let's assume it means fulfilling one's educational potential, living healthy, sustaining employment, and maintaining functional relationships. It's unfair that children from poorer backgrounds do worse at school than their education system. It's a travesty that some children suffer poorer health purely as a result of their parents' bank balance. This can be overcome with the jewel in our crown, and that is our National Health Service. People here in Shrewsbury, it's the #1 issue. For people across the country, it's the #1 issue. I've seen at first hand in my line of work that the resources have been stretched to the limit. I've seen the ladies in corridors outside A&E. I've seen dedicated, experienced staff that are burnt out and are leaving the profession. All of the advances that were made by Labour after 1997 are gradually being eroded. Things like the 18-week decision to treatment target, things like the 4-hour wait target in A&E, things like the 2-week cancer care pathway are all gradually being left behind. Under this government, through a toxic combination of fiscal irresponsibility, of incompetence, and of misplaced ideology, our NHS is under threat. I know how lucky I am to receive our free, at the point of care, healthcare without having to worry about claiming on an insurance policy or having to hand my credit card open at the hospital door. The discrepancy in life chances between the wealthy and the less well off, in my opinion, is not a tragedy but a crime. This is simply not something I am prepared to tolerate. It's every politician's duty to use their intelligence and their conscience to make laws to stop that from happening. I know that you all feel the same. In 2015, you were out, you were knocking on doors, you were putting up posters, you were braving the weather, you were standing on street stalls. And you did that all because I know you all want to see a better, fairer society for the many and not for the few. 1 in 3 children is likely to be living in poverty by the next election. We have to challenge that. And here in Shrewsbury and nationally, Labour are the only party who can form a government and beat the Tories. Thank you.